Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and I am back once again talking about the pulse of crypto post trip. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. These are just my own thoughts and opinions. And you should always do your own research. So, in my previous video, how to buy P-Drip, a couple of people mentioned that they were joining my team or joined my team, but what you need to make sure to do is use this buddy link here in the description. You will need to go over to the team tab and make sure that buddy address is pasted here, then hit change. Because if you don't do that, you will sign up under the developer wallet. So that's my thought of what happened. Because as you can see, it doesn't show up as any team members. So again, make sure you are using the buddy address in the YouTube description on my previous video, how to buy P-Drip. Go over to the team tab, copy in my address here, then hit change, boom, and you're good to go. And I appreciate those who stated that they would be joining my team. So, getting into it, let's first talk about what has happened over the last 24 hours. So, with P-Drip, we had really a nice little run up. I want to say at one point it got a little bit over $17. At least I saw in the dashboard like $17.01, somewhere around there. So we had a nice little run up, maybe something like around maybe like a 10% run up. And now we've kind of retraced back just a little bit. Not bad, but how nice is it to be in a protocol that's just kind of just, it's a nice price. It's kind of, for now it's trading sideways. And as you can see, like the buys and sells still are pretty consistent. Somebody here bought 1.54 P drip. And then these like little purchases, as you can see here, like a lot of these are auto buys, and there's an auto buy mechanic used within the Post Garden. When you deposit into the Post Garden, there is a 10% tax. 7% of that tax is used to buy back P drip when you are depositing. So, like these little small purchases make all the difference in the world when you're trying to create a sustainable protocol that does buybacks, right? And then these like little tiny purchases. There's, again, like little tiny purchases like this. These are from the actions that are happening within, partly within the Post Garden. But also, when somebody does a claim from the Post Garden, is the absolute reverse. With that 10% tax, when they do the claim, 3% of it is used to buy back Post Strip. So there's, again, that buy pressure coupled with the actual, buy pressure from people, kind of investing in Post Strip, if that makes sense. Again, there's some buys coming in here. 2.33, 2 P drip. Let's see if we can scroll down. I know I saw like there's 3 Post Strip. Somebody bought like 40 something. There was one that was for 9. Somebody bought 9 P drip there. So somebody bought 13 P drip here. So you pretty much get the point. As more and more people are kind of starting to find out, it said, hey, even if Post Strip, let's say it kind of hangs around this $16.18. I mean, that is a game changer for passive income if you're able to just kind of just build and build and build while this protocol trades sideways. That in the long run can turn out to be a nice passive income. And this is props to Hustleman Matt and Eric the Bandit for putting a lot of thought into creating post drip. Is fresh code. It's code that is used to make post drip sustainable. And we definitely love to see that. And then again here, going back here, looks like there was a recent buy for 1.54 P drip. So you get the point. The protocol has been up for 20 days. And, remember with post drip, we start off at $2. It ran all the way up to 65, almost $66. So roughly like a 33X. And then, it kind of did a pullback. And we just been trading between that 13 to $19 range. But here recently, like over the last several days, we've been between like $15 and $16. And it's a healthy price action. And one of the things that has kind of helped this protocol is the anti-well mechanics. So one of the cool features about PulseDrip is basically what happens is when someone makes a claim and withdraws tokens, the locked amount decreases by the withdrawn amount, right? So a mechanic like that would prevent a ton of dumping on the market. So, for example, when you go to claim, and I did like my first claim yesterday. Right now, I'm currently doing like a 6-1 strategy. I have a small amount of P drip. While I have a small amount of P drip, I will still, I will use the claim button, but I'm doing a 6-1 strategy right now. Once I get up to potentially 100, I may change, may do a 5-2. Who knows? But right now, my short term goal is to get to 100 P drip, and I am doing a 6-1 claim strategy. I have been in other high yield protocols where you kind of learn your lesson. For me, I still am, I'm in the drip network, but what I learned from that protocol is there always needs to be some sort of claim strategy, because if you don't have a claim strategy and you think that the price is going to go up, there could be a potential for that to really, really retrace, and you're left kind of holding the bag. So even around these prices, have some sort of claim strategy, whether it's a 5-2 or a 6-1. Bake that in, get your return on investment back, and just kind of continue to build and build and build. So it's very important that we do that. But getting back to what I was saying, one of the things that's helping this protocol be sustainable is that, right? Where you can do a claim, and when you do a claim, it's going to decrease your locked amount. So if you continue to claim and claim and claim and claim and claim and claim, and you're not compounding, or you're not adding any fresh capital, you can go from having a lot of P drip to minimal P drip. So that's something that we definitely have to think about. And I'm glad that Hustleman Matt and Eric kind of thought of a way to again keep this sustainable. And again, with the anti-well mechanics, your faucet has a limit of 36,500 tokens. We kind of already went over that. And there's a 7-day reward accumulation cutoff. So after that 7 days, if you go inactive, no more rewards will be printing for you. So it's very important with this protocol that you are doing something. I would say daily. so that it benefits all, if not daily, every other day. But I would say daily, we need to be doing something in here, whether we're compounding, claiming, whether we are deciding that we want to put fresh capital in the protocol, which I've done because I've bumped this up, quite a bit, and I'm bumped this over 33 now, and I'll continue to grow my bag. I started off small with 10, and before you know it, it grows. But my goal is to, again, try to get this to at least 100 and then build from there, because I feel that with post drip and post chain is pretty much going to be the future, where everybody goes and builds and builds and builds. And who knows what other partnerships post drip may come into. The one thing that Hustleman, Matt, and Eric have done, they have done a great job of already building relationships. With post drip, is not us against the world. We understand with this protocol, you can't do everything alone. You have to form relationships with other communities, right? They've already established like a constant communication with the PDI community, right? A lot of us are kind of taking wind of what's happening with PDI and their quest to get this peg to $1. But in one of the AMAs, they had like a PDI community member on the AMA with Hustleman Matt and I think Moonshot Max. But you got to tie in communities like the PulseChain community, right? Again, PulseX, the Hex community. You just got to form those relationships, because once you do that, a Tropa is another one. You can kind of build out your protocol to help it be sustainable, because with these communities, they can simply come here and stake their, PDI, PLS, whatever they have, and earn 1.5% per day in the garden and build on their position in anticipation for the next bull run. So that is a game changer. But kind of getting back to my original point, I like where this project is going with post drip. They're building out post drip for it to be sustainable, building out the garden, and who knows what else they have in store. I know there potentially could be something additional in store for this post drip LP. Not sure what else they're going to be doing with this post drip LP, but there could be some potential, maybe like another staking piece to this, or maybe this LP pair will be put on another platform. So who knows what's going to happen with this, but we will see. And then kind of getting back to the post drip faucet. Remember, this here is an NFT, so this can be sold separately as an NFT, as we've mentioned before, on Postmarket. And that's the beauty of it, because you go to Postmarket, you can list this, and it creates no sell pressure on the PDRIP token. So that is a game changer if you decide to do something like that in the future, and it's very forward thinking. So I just pretty much wanted to hop on real quick, kind of see where I'm sitting, and let's go to the dashboard. Here's the dashboard. We're now up to 696 faucets, and this number continues to grow. 5,000 will be the limit of faucets, so scoop you up a faucet. You never know what's going to happen, because this protocol, again, could be a game changer. And plus, you're getting in early because it's only been 20 days. The total supply will be 5 million, which I like. There will not be any minting of the token of post drip. So again, that prevents that hyperinflation and decrease on the post drip price. And then the circulating supply is fairly low, so it'll only take just a little bit to pump the price. We've seen it kind of time and time again where, it'll trade right around $16 and it'll kind of pump up a little bit, right? Very fast. It'll pump up to like $17. We've seen it in the past. And here's the Garden TVL. They kind of added this metric here, which is kind of nice. The thing that I like about these developers are they're forward thinking and they're constantly doing stuff without us saying anything. Like this metric is nice to see the number of the garden and kind of seeing this total value lock grow. And then this post drip price was also recently added. I'm sorry, this PulseChain price was recently added, so it's nice to see this here because a lot of people that are in post drip are heavily invested into PulseChain as well because you need PulseChain in order to buy P drip. So it's a double whammy for me. I will be doing my best to stack up on PulseChain for the bull run. PDI, because who knows what'll happen with PDI. If PDI gets pegged to $1, it's game over, right? A lot of people, I have a feeling, I don't know, maybe, like I said, maybe I slept on Richard Hart because I know like a lot of the Hex community OGs made it kind of big with his ecosystems. I know Stunner Breezy is one of them. So maybe with PulseChain, PulseX, maybe with Hex, there'll be like another run up. Who knows? But I'm getting in early on this protocol. And one of the ways to do that is to be in post drip, be in PulseChain, and just kind of see what happens. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to hop on. Number one, I wanted to show you my buddy address. Like I mentioned before, make sure you're using the one in the YouTube description. And then you are pasting that in team and then clicking change, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So make sure you are doing that. And I'll paste it again. Make sure you do that and then hit change. Because again, like I said, otherwise you will be using the developer wallet. So that's it. Thanks for listening and thanks for stopping by.